Hey guys, hope you had fun learning about money last week. This week we're going to switch it up and start learning about time. And when we talk about time, we're going to be looking at clocks, and there's two kinds of clocks. I have a clock that looks like this. It kind of looks like the clock that was on our wall in the classroom. And this kind of clock we call analog. It's an analog clock. And then we have this clock here that we're also going to talk about. And this one tells you the time right on the front, and it tells you in digits. So this is called a digital clock. So we have an analog clock and we have a digital clock. So when we talk about time, we often say things like, dinner will be ready at 6, or dinner will be ready at 6 o'clock. And when we say o'clock, what we're meaning is on the hour. So when we say dinner will be ready at 6 o'clock, what we're saying is that when the clock says 6, we're going to have dinner. So let's go ahead and start learning a little bit about the clock. So here I have my analog clock, and we're going to be talking about these two things right here. We actually call these hands. So this is the hour hand, and this is the minute hand. But today we're going to be focusing on the hour. So what I want you to notice about the hour hand is that it's shorter than the minute hand. And this is going to tell us what hour it is. So right now, my hour hand is pointing at the 8. So this clock is telling me that it is 8 o'clock. Anytime our hour hand is pointing right at a number, the minute hand is going to be pointing up at the 12. So because today we're only learning about hours, we're only going to be looking at this hour hand. So I'm going to show you a time, and I'm going to help you out with the first couple, and then I want you to try to guess what time it is. So we already said, because this little hand is pointing right at the 8, that it's 8 o'clock. But what if I change the time? What if I go like this? So my minute hand is still pointing at the 12. And what number is my hour hand, my little hand, pointing at? That's right, it's pointing at 1. So this clock is telling me that it is 1 o'clock. Let's try another one. Move my minute hand around. How about now? What time is it now? Well, my little hand is pointing at the 3. So the hour hand is telling me that it is 3 o'clock. All right, let's try one more. I think you're probably getting the hang of this. All right, my minute hand's still pointing at the 12. And my hour hand is pointing straight at a number. What time do you think it is? It's 7 o'clock. So, what you need to know today is that when this hour hand is pointing at a number, it's telling you what time it is, and we're going to say o'clock. Let's do one more. Move this around here. How about now? What time is it? That's right, it's 9 o'clock. All right, so when I look at my clock, some things that I notice besides my two hands is that I notice that there's these numbers that go all the way around. And there's actually blue numbers and red numbers. And what we've been looking at is the red numbers, and those tell you the hour. Now, I want to talk about the numbers on the clock. So right at the top of the clock, we have the number 12. And if my hour hand was pointing right to that number 12, what time would it be? It'd be 12 o'clock. Now next to the 12, it starts with 1, 2, 3 is over here on the side, 4, 5, 6 is down here at the bottom, 7, 8, 9 is on this side, and then we have 10, 11, and 12 right at the top. So we're going to take a second. We're going to look at page number 619. And I'd like for you to do this on your own, but I'm going to help you with it right now. So here's page 619. And right at the top, they've written out a number line. You guys are familiar with number lines. And they've put some numbers in the boxes. So we have 1, 2, something goes here. What goes between 2 and 4? 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now what I need to do is I need to take these numbers and I need to put them on the clock. So remember, our 12 is right at the top, and then we start with number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just go right in order. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And if this was a real clock, my minute hand, my big hand, would be pointing up here at the 12. What time would it be if my little hand is pointing over here? That's right, it's 4 o'clock. So today in your work, you're going to be reading some times, and just remember where that hour hand is pointing, that little hand, that tells you what time it is. All right. Well, I hope you do well on your pages today. If you have any questions or you need some clarification, please go ahead and contact me and I will help you out. Thanks, guys.